is still living, of course, that person wants to be careful so that he or she could live well, live healthy. Of course, even if you are so wealthy and the health is not there, of course, you will still remain a poor man if you are poor in health, because you are poor, in health and safety. So that's the concern for us, on this show every week. We do it like this because we believe that we owe a lot to ourselves, not to anybody. But of course, when you are well, when your safety is assured, of course, you can rest assured that you will have helped others, or others will have benefited from your own well-being. So that's the concern for us on this show. That's our business here, and we take it seriously every week. If you are there listening to me now, like I know a lot of people are now, please, those that are not listening, I always encourage you to call them so that they can benefit from this show. This is where to be at this time. Fresh 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. The program is Vigilante. Stay with us. To God be the glory. The ultimate chief security officer, the Almighty God, Jehovah, is always there. Or if you like, Almighty Allah is always there to make sure that we are safe. But the Almighty God gave us the intellect to think. Our brains are supposed to be working. So we always have that to use for ourselves. Unfortunately, sometimes we get into some bad behaviors, that could really affect our well-being, affect our safety. In fact, get us into unsecured environments, and eventually some will get injuries, some will die, some have died because of certain non-compliance to safety issues. So that's why we always say that, look, we need to really stay safe, and especially at this time that the world is experiencing something that has not been experienced before. At least this is new. This is a new experience for most people living in the world now. The last time something like this happened, I wonder how many people, who experienced it then are still alive. I wonder how many. But in our lifetime, we are going through another experience. Now, are we going to let this experience, are we going to let it, to take everything away from us? It has already taken some lives. Some people are getting healed. They are coming down, with the condition that we're talking about. COVID-19, pandemic is there. The coronavirus disease, the new one, novel, because it has another attitude of its own, and that's what the world is battling with now. Nigeria, inclusive, and for us, we should be talking about flattening the curve in this country, but the figures are still rising concerning those who are testing positive to COVID-19, and because COVID is there, what are we going to do? Are we going to snort out life out of everything we do? No, we still have to use our brain, use our intellect to fight it, because it's like an unwanted visitor, and we have to find a way of sending it back to wherever it came from, driving it on the ground, or blowing it away, anywhere we want to do it. But we have to be very disciplined. How are we going to be that disciplined that we can abide by all the safety protocols from WHO to NCDC in Nigeria, Ministry of Health, our state governors, the president, everybody, who is in charge of something, the doctors, the nurses, those fantastic heroes out there making sure that the rest of us are safe. Now, if you don't know, as of yesterday, May 18, we have, of course, we always have these. Some people now call it live score, like you are watching football, but it's really not funny when you get these figures from Nigeria Center for Disease Control, and some people are still joking with it. They think it's a joke. But brothers, sisters, ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 is real. Now, the COVID-19 case updates, as of yesterday, we have 216 new cases confirmed. 216 new cases. That means that 216 persons have been tested, and they've tested positive, with the condition. The disease is there and they can infect others. So what are you going to do? Of course, they will have to go into isolation. Some of them are already in isolation, are being and getting attended to, by doctors and nurses. Now, the total confirmed cases, you have 6,176, 6,175 total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Now, those that have been discharged, that's where I always, I'm always delighted, when I see the figures also rising there, that people are getting healed, they are getting, out of isolation centers well. We have 1,644 people who have been discharged, from the isolation centers or infectious disease hospitals around the country. Unfortunately, the figures of those that are dead, it's also rising, though not with the same calculation that we have for those that have been discharged. We now have 191 people who are dead as we speak. We hope we will not record more deaths. No figure will be added to this, and of course, that's our prayer, that's our hope, on COVID-19. So, what is your responsibility, or what are the responsibilities you have for yourself? Not just for even the next person. We've been told, that because this is a contagion, something that it's just out there, you pick it up, or somebody brings it to you when you shake somebody's hand, or you touch where an infected person had touched before, you are connected, to it. We don't want to be connected, so we really, have to follow those protocols. We've been told by the expert that, look, we need to wash our hands always, regularly, especially when you know that you are involved in some activities. You are not just at home, maybe watching a movie, or just somewhere in your own office. You don't have interaction with other people. For as long as you interact, with people, and you get involved in some other activities, please wash your hands as regularly as you can make that to happen. So you have to make sure that you have water around, you have soap to wash your hand for at least 20 seconds under a running water, so that that can just, at least that's the first line of defense for you. The other thing, wear your nose mask. I've said it on this show, I've been repeating it. The proper use of nose masks or face masks, if that's what you want to call it, or nose guard, whatever name you want to give to it, whether you want to use the ready-made ones or the cloth, one, your Ankara, your Adire, or any other fabric you want to use, please, especially when you have to go out, when you are not within your own house, or you are in an office where a lot of you have to interact, please wear your nose mask. It protects you and protects the other person. In case you want to sneeze, you can sneeze into it. When it's wet, you can change it. If you have another one, you wash it. If it's cloth material, and of course, get it sun dried or ironed, so that at least you will have killed any unwanted material that will have been there, virus or any other thing, that will be there. So we just have to do that. The third one, avoid crowded areas. Now, how can you avoid crowded areas when you need to go to the market? Yes, I said it here last week. When you need to replenish your stock at home, buy food and do some other things, please, as much as you can do that, assign it to just one person. It's easier for that person to be very careful about how you interact with people in the market. Don't go out with your children to the market at this time, please. That's why the schools are closed. Let them stay at home and enjoy their cartoons if that's what they want to do. If they want to play around in the compound, please let it be for them. Not that you take them along when you are going to those crowded places, because children, they love touching things, and you really, how many times are you going to say, hey, don't touch this, don't touch that? If you get distracted, of course, they will have to touch something. So let's abide by all this, and of course, we hope that with the cooperation that we are asking for, between the people and the government, we'll be able to drive this to the ground, and life will return to normal. The program is Vigilante On Fresh, 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. You can join us on YouTube, and of course on Twitter. We are there live, Fresh FM Abeokuta, and of course you get to see me in the studio, and send your messages if you have any concerning how this is affecting you. You remember Ogun State lockdown, relaxed lockdown, if you like, continues for another week, and today you are not expected to be outside. At least stay indoors, and if you must go out, know that you are one of those people that should be outside, because if you are out with your vehicles, the tow vehicles are there. They will tow your vehicles away. Well, I don't know where you get it back, or maybe you ever get it back. And if you are just a pedestrian just walking aimlessly around, you are arrested. Of course, you know the punishment by now. So let us stay home, let us stay safe, let us stay healthy.
Lord, don't make disease and sickness as a punishment for us. We also should not allow our nonchalant attitude pave way for disease to penetrate. This coronavirus, known as COVID-19, is spreading rapidly all over the world, which does not exempt Africa. This is why we all should take proper care and give proper attention to avoid the spread of this virus. The likely symptoms you see or notice from people who are infected with COVID-19 coronavirus are cough, body ache, heavy breathing, sneezing, kidney malfunction, and sore throat. We can avoid coronavirus by washing our hands regularly with soap and water and hand sanitizer. It is advisable to use gloves and tissue paper when coughing than using your bare hands. Also make sure you dispose the tissue paper inside the waste bin. Don't make close contact with anyone who sneezes or cough. And also avoid mouth-to-mouth contact. Avoid crowded places. Avoid close contact with pets and animals. Also make sure you follow and abide with the instructions laid down by the health officials. Coronavirus is real. Please stay safe. This message is from Fresh FM Nigeria.
Welcome back to the show, Vigilante On Fresh, 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. Your security and safety guide is still here, SAMSON AKINDELE, and because you are there, that's where I'm here. Because I'm here, that's where you are there. So let's stay together on this show and learn some things. I have some tips to share, some safety tips for joggers this morning. But before I go there, let's talk about what we normally refer to as accident. What is an accident to you? When there's a crash on the road, people say it's an accident. So, is it really an accident? An accident is a sudden negative occurrence or incident. It's usually unplanned, and of course, it could lead to injuries, delays in productivity. It could lead to regrets, damages, loss of lives and property. Now, does that explain what you mean by accident? Because it is sudden and negative. Does that mean because it is sudden, you never expect or you never expected it when it happened? Please note, two things are responsible for accidents. We must avoid them to live an accident-free life. One, unsafe acts or unsafe behavior. Examples of this, because these are some of the things we tell people, that when you say an accident, it's something that is sudden, is unexpected, but you might have planned for this in a way that you don't even know. Inadvertently, you've done something that will now happen, then you now refer to it as something that you never expected, something that is sudden. Now, your driving errors, these are personal attitude to you. When you bypass safety devices, when you work on moving equipment, when you ride your car on safe speed, yes, speed is necessary. There is need for speed. But sometimes you have unsafe speed when you overspeed, for instance, or there's a rough portion of the road and you can see it there, but you still want to run over it, and move quickly. Now, when you are not, when you are wearing unsafe clothing, when you are careless, you overload your vehicle, or maybe your Okada or any other equipment you are using, when you are not following safety instructions, all this, can be controlled by you. Absolutely by you. You can control your speed. You can be careful. Of course, you can abide by safety, rules and regulations. And of course, when you do that, you can just beat your chest, that you are playing, safe, or you are staying safe. So you absolutely have to just depend on what you do all the time. So what are those actions and inactions that we engage ourselves in that could lead to, loss of lives and property? So you have to watch it. The second part of it, it's unsafe conditions. Now, you work in an environment that is unsafe, but you don't know. Now, these are some of the examples. When you have unsafe clothing on, and that is connected to your environment, hazardous methods, of doing your job, lack of firefighting equipment where you work or in your house or in your car, lack of proper sensitization about safety issues, unprotected moving parts, unsafe working environment, public hazard, bad roads, poor signage, and what have you. Of course, the bad road has always been there. So what are you going to do when you are driving, and you get to a bad portion of the road? Aren't you going to slow down? Yes, that's an unsafe condition. But with the right attitude, you can navigate through that part. And of course, the way you left home, you will come back home the same safe way you left. And of course, everybody will be happy. Well, these are some of the tips, that our health and safety expert, Dr. Niradele, sent in for the week. That's what I've just shared with you before we now go to the main thing that we want to talk about on the show today. Safety tips for joggers. Now, it is customary now, it is traditional now, it is normal now to see people, hitting the road early in the morning or in the evening, trying to do what we call road work or exercise, as some people will call it, whether they are jogging or they are walking. Now, why are people doing that now? Of course, all stadia are shut all over the country. Some people normally will go to those places. Now you can't go to those gymnasiums again, and do your stuff, do your workout and all that. Now, some people enjoy jogging. Of course, if you don't have a compound big enough, I don't even know of a compound that you can jog and still enjoy it. For me, I like being on the road, really, or maybe I will have to do it on the tracks, in a stadium. But because people are at home now on lockdown, and a lot of people are are just consuming food, and you are growing bellies, you are having boggy, parts in your body, the fats, are becoming too much. So you want to shed some weight, you want to burn some fat. That's why people have to hit the road. But what are the things you need to consider even when you want to stay healthy? Because you want to stay healthy, must you also put your life in danger? Because you want to stay healthy, trying to avoid something, then you are getting yourself into another one. I'll begin to share this with you one after the other. Perhaps some of you who are exercise lovers, road workers, and what have you, you'll be able to follow through, and of course you begin to change your attitude if any of this you've not been following. Stay with Vigilante. Well, number one on the list of what I have for you, this morning, you want to jog, right? Or you want to walk on the road. Now, it begins from your preparation, from your room. What are you going to wear? Are you going to wear a tight-fitted clothes that won't allow you to breathe or that you'll be uncomfortable with? Of course, you have to wear something you are comfortable in. Preferably, sports wears. Nobody wants to jog in in a pair of jeans, for instance. That's not for that kind of thing. Do you have a very good shorts that you can wear? Or maybe it's a track down or what you call joggers, that you can wear. Those are the clothes, loose clothes that will allow your body movement to be easier. Now, you also have to wear reflective clothes or shoes for easy visibility. Now, a lot of people, love to jog early in the morning, at dawn. So for motorists or any other person to see that someone is coming before they hear your footstep, they're already there with you, and you don't want to be caught unaware. So you have to make sure that some of the clothing or shoes you are going to wear will have some reflective material. Now, if you don't have that, make sure you wear white clothes, sports clothes. White, even in the darkness, somebody is wearing something white. It's easier for you to see that, something or somebody is coming. Let us always abide by this. Now, wear jogging shoes that you are comfortable in. Usually you wear soft shoes with soft soles. You don't wear the normal shoe you wear to party and you say you want to jog on the road. Or you look for a safety boot that is meant for somebody working in a factory. So these shoes are there, for you to buy. You can pick them up, at any store if that is what you really want to get to. If you don't have them already, what a lot of people call canvas. So you can use that, and be comfortable with. Now, know your capacity. By this I mean, do not, work out, jog or walk, against your own strength. Do it according to what your strength can carry. If you see somebody going down your street 10 times in the morning, you don't have to do it 10 times. If you do it the third time and you are tired, please go back home or take a rest or just walk down, so that you can warm down your body, then get back home safe. So that's another thing. Please know your capacity. If you cannot jog, some people have knee issues, you can just do some brisk walk, fast walk, or if you like, you can just walk as if you are strolling. Before you know it, the sweats are coming out, you are burning some of those fats there, and you can just walk back home safely. Now, when you are doing it on the road, especially on major roads, maybe not within your estate where the traffic is very light, please face oncoming vehicle. Now, it means that you must not back vehicles that are coming, towards you. You have to face them. So, which side of the road are you supposed to walk? You walk on the left side of the road, not on the right side where any vehicle is coming and you can only hear the sound as they are coming. You cannot see them. So, this is very important, so that in case any vehicle is going to lose control to come and eat you, you can see, that this vehicle is coming towards me. Then you look for a safe zone, to walk into, run into, or jump into. And of course, you can go back home safe. Now, where you have sidewalks on the road, please use the sidewalks. Don't compete with the vehicles, that are moving on the road. Use the sidewalk, maybe on the right or on the left. But preferably, again, please walk on the left side of the road where you can face, oncoming vehicle. Now, don't jog or walk in the dark. A lot of people, like I said, they like to do this at dawn or at dusk. Now, do your road exercise when you can see objects several meters away. It could be around 6 in the morning and it's already bright. Fine. That's why I don't want to say do it at this time. It could be around 6:30. Sometimes 6:30 is still very dark. So just wait a little until you are able to see, objects several meters away from you. Now, for safety again, always have a bottle of water with you when you do this. If you cannot carry one, of course, you have to take water before you leave, for the jogging, so that you won't lose too much water. And of course, you'll now be panting and where you are going, God knows what. If there is no water, well, it's better to stay home than be sorry. Now, at this time, don't jog or walk in groups. Remember the social or physical distancing, protocol that I've been told. It's better for you to do it alone. If you don't want to do it alone, do it in twos or at most in threes. And now, when you are doing it in threes, space out. Don't crowd yourself even as you walk. When you walk in twos, in threes, yes, you want to gist, as you do that. Yes, you can be at some talking distance and you will still enjoy, the physical activities. These are the tips, I have for you, for this week concerning, exercising on the road, or what we love to call, road walk. And if in case you want to, start doing exercise, please, abide by those safety rules, because it's even in the holy books, the Bible that I'm familiar with, it's there that we should not be lazy. I found this Ecclesiastes 10:18. It says, for Christians who are following me, if a man is lazy, the rafters sag. If his hands are idle, the house leaks. Now, it means that even God does not want lazy people. You really have to be fit, no matter how spiritual you are. If you are not fit enough, even your spirituality can be affected. So, do you want to stay fit? Yes, it's possible, because God does not create our body to be lazy. So let us, do it moderately. Let us do it in a very safe way. And of course, let us put positive attitude into some of these things we do. The program is still Vigilante on Fresh 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. Let's take another COVID-19 message, from Fresh FM. Stay with us.
àìsàn ní bẹ̀ ní wò àrùn ní rúlù mọ́ fà ìsàn bá wa wí mọ́ fàrùn bá wa jà káwọn ó sì mọ́ fà ìkí ìsara gbàdàkálẹ̀ àrùn láàyè ti covid-19 tá a mọ̀ sí coronavirus ti dàbíjì káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé léyìí tí òyòlẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ lẹ̀ ó tó ń tó yẹ kí gbogbo wọn mójútó kálẹ̀ dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ rẹ̀ àwọn àpẹẹrẹ tó ṣeé ṣe kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ rí lára ẹni tó bá ní covid-19 wọ̀nyí ibà ikọ́ ara ríro ìṣòro àìlèmígara sísí léraléra òtútù àyà ọ̀fun dídùn àti ìdàkúrekú kíndìnrín bẹ́ẹ̀ a lè dẹ́kun àrùn coronavirus nípasẹ̀ fífọwọ́ rẹ̀ lóòrèkóòrè pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtọmí tàbáwọn àkànṣe èròjà fọwọ́ èèyàn hand sanitizer tó o bá ń sín tàbí húkọ́ ó sàn kó lògùn wọ̀ tàbí tissue paper fi bomú àtẹnu rẹ̀ ju kó làtẹ́lẹwọ́ rẹ̀ lọ kó o sì rí dájú pé o di tissue náà sílẹ̀ ìdálẹ̀ sí má fara kẹ́ra pẹ̀lẹ́ tó ń sín tàbí húkọ́ ká sì lè pa àdífẹnukọlùkù ká sì fà sẹ́yìn níbi tẹ́rò bá pọ̀ sí sísẹ́jà àtẹnajínẹ́ dáadáa ṣe pàtàkì ká sì má dẹ́kun bàmí máa fara rora pẹ̀lú nǹkan ọ̀sìn ju gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ ká rí dájú pé à ń tẹ̀lé tọ̀sọ́nà àti ìlànà táwọn elétò ìlera là kalẹ̀ fún wa coronavirus bó ṣe ń ṣàkóbá fúnlera fakú òjijì ló tún ṣàkóbá fẹ́ kẹ́ ètò ọrọ̀ ajé lágbàáyé ló ṣe yẹ ká gbógun tì ìtànìjì wá láti fresh 107.9 FM Abẹ́òkúta.
From the studio of Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, it's 10:30, and the program is Vigilante, Safety and Security Awareness Show. Are you there now and you want to talk with me in the studio? The lines to call, the numbers 08154321079, 08154321079, or 0818-111-1079, 0818-111-1079. I begin to pick your calls now. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning, my brother. Your name and where you are calling from?
Thank you. This is Folai Bola from Shagawili.
Oh, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I really, the one thing I wanted to say is I really appreciate you giving us tips, laying out, on each program, on each edition, because I feel you always give us different tips on different, exercise and different safety precautions, and I so much appreciate you for that. God is your strength. But what I want to put in is the jogging of the thing that you give us the tips today.
Yes.
One thing I want to emphasize on is the what is it called?
Oh, hello, Mr. Folarin. I think I lost him there. Please do call back if. Okay. Hello. Hello. Let's pick another one. Mr. Folarin, please, you can call back. We're still here to. Hello. Well, you keep the calls coming in 081-543-21079 or 0818-111-1079. Hello, good morning. Well, we lost that again. The calls are really jamming, each other there, and of course, we'll be patient to receive your calls there. So, any of those, tips. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Where are you calling back?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Good to have you back.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is just the reflector that you said they should be putting on, perhaps in the morning, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think mostly I did see people, putting on a reflector or white shirt, just to show a sign of maybe somebody is walking there on the road path. Perhaps if the vehicle is coming. This is what I've just learned about this from you now. That is very, very important. For us to put on a reflector and at the same time walk against, or we should see the vehicle
Facing
or anything that is
oncoming vehicles. Yes.
Yes. Like something, and most importantly, there should be a kind of time that you can be able to see something that is not too far from you. So I commended you for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me just add this for those who are also doing road work. I've seen a lot of people also while they are jogging, they are wearing nose mask, face masks. Please. I don't know how to say this because we've been asked to use this, and that's why I said when you want to do this, make sure you are not doing it in a crowded area. There's a story that came out from abroad, a man who has a collapsed lung, while jogging because he was using, the mask covering his nose. He couldn't breathe properly, and he didn't know trouble was coming. He landed in the hospital, but thank God, the man is safe now. So if you want to get into this kind of activity, physical activity, please, as much as possible, please mind how you use your nose mask, because it might lead to something else. We don't want another kind of accident. You know what I said about accident the other time? Unsafe attitude could lead to accident. Unsafe condition could lead to accident. So whichever way you want to look at it, please just stay safe in any activity you want to engage in. And don't forget, if you must get involved in whether it's aerobics or strength training and all that, please, the first thing you need to do is you have to take some water, because you need water energy to get involved in that kind of exercise. Well, welcome back to the show, Vigilante on Fresh 107.9 FM, Abeokuta. In case you are still struggling to get into the studio, well, I think the networks, aren't really friendly this morning, but just keep trying. We're still expecting your call to learn one or two things from you, or maybe you have some questions to ask around anything, especially this period, the COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdown, and what have you. A lot of people are really doing some whistleblowing for security people, officials of government, and what have you. Please continue to do that. If you find any group anywhere doing something untoward, something that could jeopardize the health of all of us, please get a call through to maybe the nearest police station, especially if people are gathering at this time for a party, or they are gathering in a worship center, maybe it's a church or a mosque. Please get the security people informed, because if you keep quiet, if it's happening in your area, you keep quiet, and COVID-19 gets to that part, that community, and you think it won't get to you, oh no. Please, you have to do the right thing. Blow the whistle and let the right thing be done, because we are all in this together. That's why some people cannot travel out now to treat themselves, because where they are going, they are having challenges. So we all have to stay at home to fight it, and until the last person is cleared, of this virus, everyone is still in danger. So let's keep the call coming in. 08154321079, 08154321079, or 0818-111-1079. Vigilante is still here, and I'm still here. We're still sharing experiences concerning safety, security issues. Thank God that now that we have less issues now when it comes to robbery and what have you in the country, especially the way we had it a couple of weeks back. The police, they are always there now to make sure that everybody have that sense of safety and security. A message from on Twitter from Olufade S. Babatunde. He says, as a country, the earlier we come to realization of the fact that COVID-19 has come to stay with us, the better for us. It's high time we begin to think outside of the box on how
to use it abstractly.
No.
Or okay.
No.
That is one.
Yeah.
Please, I would like to get your reaction to that. Secondly, I would like to know the difference between, because there has been much talk about the difference between COVID-19 and malaria, actually. Please, I would like you to share more light on that. Okay. Because it seems both, have some things in common.
Okay.
Before somebody can come down with COVID-19, it might be that such persons are having symptoms of malaria.
Okay.
So there has been this much talk about difference between malaria and COVID-19. Please, I would like you to throw more light on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Well, while I don't want to talk as if I'm an health expert, I'm or a doctor or a nurse or somebody that works for Ministry of Health or NCDC, I'll also just relay what the experts have said about this. This is not my opinion, because I'm not qualified, to say something like that. But I can relay what has been said. This question was asked yesterday at the PTF briefing. It was even raised 2 days ago, because a certain person came out to say, look, they treated all the drugs they gave him, malaria drugs and all that. Yes. And they said because they treated every symptoms until that symptom, goes away. Now, they told us that some of these diseases that we talk about, they have similar symptoms. And the fact that you are having, high temperature doesn't mean that it is just malaria. Some other ailments could give you that kind of symptoms too. So please, let us not get confused. Don't say, oh, there is no difference between malaria and COVID-19. They might have some, similar symptoms, but they are not the same. For instance, you might have malaria and you are not sneezing, you are not coughing. Are you going to say it's not malaria or it's malaria? So we just have to continue to stay safe and please abide by what the experts are saying. If anybody is telling you that COVID-19 is a scam, please be careful what you believe, the site you go to, the people you listen to. Some of your opinion leaders could also not have enough information to even lead you, when it comes to, opinion. So we just have to read wide if you can read, do your research if you can, and of course, ask questions from the right people. Not just anybody can give you the kind of answers you want. I hope that answers your question. And I'm not saying that people should not use nose mask. What I'm trying to say is be careful. If you are jogging with your nose mask and you are getting tired, you are having difficulty in breathing, even when we are not jogging, a lot of us wearing nose masks, sometimes we get some discomforting situations. You have to pull it down a bit or remove it at that point. But are you going to remove it when you are in a crowded place? No. So that's what I'm saying, that those who must jog in the morning or in the evening and must use face masks because they are outside in public, because that's what the regulation says. Please, if you are feeling any discomfort when it has to do with your breathing, please stop the activity you are doing, pull off the mask, and of course, when you can breathe properly, you can put it back. I said, don't go beyond what your strength can also do. Remember that's tip number 7 that I shared with you. God bless you. Well, that's the much we can take on this show this morning. I hope some people have learned something, from the tips we shared. Many times to Uzain Mustafa and Folani, 2 great guys that have been here with me this morning, trying to help me, control a lot of equipment here. My name is SAMSON Akindele, and until we meet again next week, please, if you need to reach me concerning any safety and security issues, you can reach me on 08027241076. You can reach me on 08027241076. I always prefer people to send me SMS, but if you want to call, please, make it quick, and of course, we'll be able to interact. My name is SAMSON Akindele. Until we meet again next week, please stay home, stay safe. Good morning.
This is Fresh 107.9, where we keep you fresh all day.